No one expected kindness to begin the fire. The valley of Red Hollow had known dragons longer than it had known roads. Stone homes leaned against the cliffs. Smoke rose from hearths each dawn. People learned early how to listen for wingbeat. They learned when to hide. They learned when to pray. Dragons were not myths here. They were neighbors that no one greeted. Tareen lived at the edge of the valley. His house was small. One room, a low roof. A table worn smooth by years of use. He kept herbs in jars. He kept cloth folded on a shelf. He kept silence when others kept fear. He was not a warrior. He was not a mage. He had once been a healer for soldiers. That life ended with a burned field and a broken oath. He returned home and healed goats. He healed hands cut by stone. He healed what came to him. On a quiet morning he heard crying. It was thin, high, broken, not a child, not a bird. Tareen stood. He took a roll of linen. He took a small jar of paste made from ash leaf and milk sap. He did not take a weapon. The sound came from the rocks behind his house. A narrow cut split the cliff face. Few went there. Fewer returned. The crying grew louder. It shook. It hurt to hear. He stepped through the cut. The dragon baby lay on its side. It was the size of a large dog. Its scales were pale red, soft still. Its eyes were wide and bright. One wing was bent wrong, torn at the edge. Blood darkened the stone. The baby hissed. Fire sparked, weak, afraid. Tareen did not move fast. He sat on the ground. He spoke softly. Words did not matter. Tone did. The baby watched him. Its chest rose fast. Tareen reached into his bag. He held up the cloth. He let the baby smell it. The dragon baby sniffed. It sneezed. A tiny flame popped. Tareen smiled. He moved closer, slow, careful. The wing was fractured, not shattered. The membrane torn but clean. It could heal. He cleaned the blood. The baby shuddered. He paused. He waited. He resumed. He spread the paste. The baby cried once. Then it stilled. He wrapped the wing, firm but gentle, just enough. When he finished, he leaned back. The dragon baby looked at its wing. It flexed. Pain flared. It hissed, then it relaxed. It crawled closer to Tareen. It pressed its head against his knee. He froze. The baby yawned. A curl of smoke drifted out. Then it slept. Tareen waited until the sun climbed higher. When the baby woke, he stepped back. He left food, dried meat, warm stones. He returned home. That night the valley shook. A roar rolled over the cliffs, deep, old, furious. People locked doors. Fires died. Children hid under beds. Tareen sat at his table. The roar passed. The night went quiet. In the morning, the dragon baby waited outside his door. Its wing was held close, wrapped still, clean. Behind it stood a shadow. The mother, she filled the yard. Her scales were dark iron red. Her eyes burned gold. Smoke streamed from her nostrils. Tareen stepped outside. He bowed, not deep, not weak. The mother lowered her head. She sniffed the air. She looked at the bandage. She made a sound like stone grinding. Then she turned. She nudged the baby. She lifted into the air. Wind tore at the ground. They vanished into cloud. Taran exhaled. He thought that was the end. It was the beginning. 3 days later, another dragon came. This one was young, but not a baby. A tear cut across its neck. Burned edges. Old injury. It landed far from the house. It did not approach. Taran walked to it. The dragon lowered its head. It did not breathe fire. Taran treated the wound. The dragon stayed still. It left without a sound. The next day, 2 more came. One had a cracked horn. One had burns along its flank. Taran worked until sunset. He did not charge. He did not ask. On the 5th day, a line formed. Dragons of many colors. Reds, blacks, greens like deep moss, blues like storm sky. They waited. Some lay coiled. Some perched on stone. All watched the small man with the cloth and paste. Word spread fast. The valley changed. People watched from windows, then from doors, then from the road. No dragon attacked. No fire fell. Taran worked. His hands shook at night. He slept little. His back ached. His supplies dwindled. On the 7th day, a delegation came from the village. They stopped far from the dragons. The elder spoke. You will bring ruin here. You will anger them. You will invite destruction. Taran listened. He answered softly. They were already here. They were already wounded. Someone had to help. The elder left. On the 10th day, soldiers arrived. They wore the crest of the capital. Spears gleamed. Orders were barked. The commander demanded Taran stop. Dragons were enemies. Healing them was treason. A shadow fell. The mother returned. The first one. She landed between Taran and the soldiers. Fire lit her throat. The soldiers fled. No one came again. Weeks passed. Taran learned dragons heal slow. Their bones knit over months. Their fires burn, wounds clean but leave scars. He learned their pain sounds, their patience, their pride. They learned his smell, his voice, his limits. He refused some. He sent the dying away with comfort, not lies. He buried one small dragon under the cliff. He sang a low song, no words. The dragons listened. The valley changed more. Grass grew thicker where fire once scorched. Game returned. Streams ran clear. Dragons hunted far from homes. They guarded the passes. No raiders came. One night Taran collapsed. Exhaustion took him. He woke in warmth. A cave, stone smooth, firelight soft. The mother lay nearby, watching. She placed a claw near him. On it lay a bundle. Cloth, fresh, woven fine. Gold rested beneath. A gift. Taran pushed it back. She tilted her head. He pointed outside. To the valley. To the people. She understood. She took the gold away. She left the cloth. When Taran returned home, the line waited. He worked slower. He smiled more. Years passed. Taran aged. His hair silvered. His hands stiffened. The dragons still came. Fewer, wiser. Children played near his house now. They laughed at the dragon baby. Grown now, huge, gentle. When Taran could no longer work, he sat in the sun. The dragons brought him warmth. They curled around the hill. They kept the wind away. When he died, they did not burn the valley. They did not roar. They lifted him. They carried him to the highest cliff. They laid him in stone. They sealed it with fire. The valley still stands. No dragon has attacked it since. And when one is hurt, they line up